Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Grassroots Racing Show.
Welcome to the Grassroots Racing Show. I'm Doug Thompson with co-host Roger Thompson. We're filming today in the Sentinel buildings at the Kansas Auto Racing Museum. From time to time today as we're filming, you may hear some kids in the background because this is the Auto Racing Museum. There are people on vacation and traveling through Kansas have stopped into the museum, and delighted to have them. There'll be, if you get some background noise, it's not just me and Roger making noises. Why, it would be some people going through.
People enjoying the museum, that's what it is.
Yep, and we're glad to have them here. Roger, this week we sent Mike Kraft back from Caney Valley. Last week we were at Caney Valley and some really good racing from there. We sent him up to Lakeside, and kudos to Lakeside. You know, they've had a change of ownership and they're doing a fantastic job. The racing's good. I hear nothing but good things about the level of preparation for the racetrack and how exciting their program is. Their crowds have come back. They went through a tough time with flood conditions, and man, their racing's good.
The racing is very good. Mike enjoys going up there, and I see that Bob Bowles from Circle Track, when he came through, he did a very nice article for Lakeside,
yeah,
which had to help their attendance and the car count. But Bob did an excellent was it last month's Open Wheel? Not Open Wheel, Circle Track.
Circle Track. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last month did an article about him.
Matter of fact, while you're talking about Bob Bowles and the Circle Track magazine, our Grassroots Racing Show was featured in that magazine, the last edition that they've just done. Hopefully it won't be their last one, but the one that they've just done, a 6-page spread about the Grassroots Racing Show and how it is helping the local racers, not only here but across the nation in those types of settings. And our show can be viewed at any time. If you go to grassrootsracing.org, you can watch any of the past shows that we have done now for about 3 years. And I think the shows are good, and I have said this 50 times and probably 10 or more on air, that if I was just flipping channels and I was home and I come across the Grassroots Racing Show with the racing action that Mike Kraft has, I would watch it because it is good. It is good racing. And it's what I like. I don't like to follow the leader, the NASCAR thing that goes on now and you hustle to try and beat somebody out of the pits. This is on-track racing, and it's locals, and it's real, and it's good.
And these guys find lanes that the professionals couldn't find in this type of dirt track racing. It's very tough. It's really tough to be fast consistently on a dirt track because it changes so much.
It is, and I know people at the local tracks always say, well, could I run at the big level? You know, when we raced at the bigger level, and I raced in the NASCAR Goodies Dash Series, and when we were in the Craftsman truck, some of the best racing and the best racers I saw were ones that I watched and raced against coming up. But speaking of coming up, we're going to cut away, take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be with Mike Kraft at Lakeside Speedway. Stay tuned.
Or how slow he is. And right now, we're going with the ladder because he is getting whamboozled. Beebe blows past, and here comes the rest of the pack. Gustin now puts a slider move on, the 19R, now up to third. Goes around Aaron Morant in the 34A. Chris Brown now alongside Encia, the Reaper. Now up into third, Adam Schrag in second, and Rick Beebe, the Arbor Masters Tree and Landscape. Car 22B, your leader. Gustin going after him in the Kaiser-sponsored Gresso Racing 19R. The iBox Springs Connection. Chris Brown in the JRI Shocks. Roush Yates powered Hughes chassis, car 21. Coming right back after him, and look out. We've got problems between turns 3 and 4. Looks to be Zach Vanderbeek, the 33Z car. The Casey's General Store, Wayne Dalton Doors, Pro-Line Buildings out of New Sharon, Iowa.
I'm Ken Tatro, and you're watching the Grassroots Racing Show on my favorite network.
Green flag back out. We're lighting them up. Remember, we're taking the top 6. Where's your favorite driver? Austin Siebert now going after Chris Speaker in a 56 for that final transfer spot. As up front, it continues to be showing the way Rick Beebe in a 22B. Chris Brown into second. Ryan Gustin now third. Adam Schrag is fourth. Aaron Morant fifth. Chris Speaker is sixth, and seventh place on the outside looking in. Here comes Siebert, and look at this battle for the lead. Gustin past Chris Brown. See ya. Now goes to the top side, and the Reaper said it's time to move. Beebe on the outside. Now middle groove, and Gustin will go upstairs. If he doesn't catch it, he's going to be landing at the trailer. But he does, and he now leads. Ryan Gustin out front. Second place is Rick Beebe. Your pole sitter, Chris Brown, in third. Looking at fourth, Adam Schrag. Then comes Aaron Morant, Chris Speaker, and Ken Schrader now battling with Austin Siebert for that final transfer spot. The Federated Auto Parts, car number 9, Special K. Time to move as he will diamond off a turn 2. There's a move. See ya, Chris Speaker. You just been shown the diamond move at Lakeside Speedway. Yeah, and he makes it work. Cody Agler now off the pace. Now fires back up into 77. Ken Schrader trying to make a move on Aaron Morant now in the 34 car. As your leader, there he comes past the flag stand, the Mullins Power Plant. Hughes Chassis, the Gresso Racing. Kaiser Automotive sponsorship, of course, with the iBox Spring Package. Here tonight, it is a Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Five cars battle farther back. Look at this juggernaut. Adam Schrag. There is the 9 car. Ken Schrader. Chris Speaker. There's Aaron Morant, and they're going around. There goes the 16 of Austin Siebert, and we're back under caution. Well, now we got us a dandy. 12 down, 3 laps remaining in our real race wheel B feature number 1. As Ryan Gustin, with 3 remaining, will bring the field back to the green. Rick Beebe will now have his choice, inside or outside line, when they refire with 3 to go in the 22B car. Currently third, it is the 21 of Chris Brown, followed up by Adam Schrag, Ken Schrader, Aaron Morant. Right now, the top 6 with 3 remaining, and Austin Siebert on the outside looking in as we get ready to restart here this evening. Chris Brown into second. Beebe now pushed back to third. Fourth place. It's Schrag now in the 311. Schrader in fifth, and Aaron Morant sits in sixth. And here it comes. Time to move. It's Austin Siebert in car 16. The Kenny Style entry out of Grandview, Missouri. Schrader will now go to the inside of the 311 car of Adam Schrag as we've come to the white flag. How bad do you want it for the top 6? Gustin, Brown, Beebe. Then comes Schrag in fourth. Ken Schrader in fifth. Aaron Morant battles back inside of Siebert for sixth. Right now, he's got it. As they come to the line, it will be the number 6 spot going to car 16, Austin Siebert. Oh my, what a move off of turn 4. Gets that forward bind, that GRT chassis, and goes around Aaron Morant. You saw Ken Schrader in the 9 car, the 311, Adam Schrag, Rick Beebe. Chris Brown, the 21 car, and the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, winning our real race wheel B feature number 1.
This is Scotty Anderson, and you're watching my favorite show, Grassroots Racing.
And now we get set. B feature number 2 will start up this way. On the pole, we'll find Terry Phillips out of Springfield, Missouri in car 75 with Rodney Sanders in car 20 outside of row 1. Row 2 is Tim Setzer in the 51 with Brad Dierks at 29D. Row 3 is Steve Wetstein in 90 with Derek Ramirez in the 4R. Row 4, Steve Nicholas in the 11N with Tom Tillotson Jr. Again, hit it on in the 85. Mason Big Eagle will make row 5 in a 00 with Dan Hilsebeck, the 22D. Row 6, Jeff Connor in the 36 and Randy Timms in the 5T. Row 7, Joey Galloway in the 01 with Lucas Conley out of Spring Hill, Kansas, the 17. Row 8, Tim Murdy in the 99M with Darren Fuquay in the 87 and Joe Duvall out of Claremore, Oklahoma in car number 91. That will be your starting lineup here this evening. He's been kind of like a small chicken hawk and it ain't been good. We'll see what the Big Eagle does. Yep, we're all good. Yep, they're all watching. We're ready. Our Canadian friends are going, oh, Canada. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Get ready, get set. They like it. We're going green. We drop the green flag. We're underway. Terry Phillips down the back straightaway, your leader. Rodney Sanders in the number 2 spot. As they come for lap number 1, hit it on, sorting it out for the top 6. Tim Setzer, car 51, the number 3 spot. And down the back straightaway they head another time. Steve Wetstein, Derek Ramirez now clinging to that number 5 spot. As they come back around off of turn 4, Terry Phillips continues to show the way. Brad Dierks and that Dayglow orange car 29 in the number 4 spot. Ramirez is 5th. And then you see Wetstein and car number 90, the Select Milling Ingolson Farms in that final transfer spot in our Real Race Wheel B feature number 2. Randy Timms out of Wheatland, Oklahoma. Here he comes in car 5, looking on the inside off of turn 2, trying to make some magic happen. Hit it on at Lakeside Speedway. The Worlds Collide Tour for 2013 is at Casey's General Store, powered by Swan Energy, bringing you this Real Race Wheel B feature at Lakeside Speedway. And right now it's all TP. Terry Phillips and the Andes Frozen Custard Don Babb Motorsports GRT Hatfield horsepowered with Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas, the Geddes horsepower MB Custom. Car number 20 out of Happy, Texas. 3rd place, you see car 51 Tim Setzer in a Hughes chassis out of Archie, Missouri. Brad Dierks, car 29, remains in that top group out of Clarence, Iowa. Derek Ramirez in Ramirez Motorsports car 4R, that Hughes chassis Pro Power between the frame rails of that machine, right there in the number 5 spot. And then you see our 6th man right now, that is Steve Wetstein out of West Concord, Minnesota in a Rocket chassis. Hilsebeck, the 22D car, 1 spot on the outside, looking in as he sets in 7th. Phillips just about a lap and a half from coming into lap traffic, as Rodney Sanders hanging right there with Phillips for the top spot here in B feature number 2. Joe Duvall lays directly ahead, and Phillips has had a tough time between 1 and 2. That car goes up the hill like a plow horse. I mean, it don't want to turn in 1 and 2. And right there, Rodney Sanders is making hay as they come off of turn 4. Watch them as they come into lap traffic now to the high side. Phillips by 2 car lengths. Sanders will now clear. Joe Duvall, Jeff Connor in the 36 car. They make way, hold their line as we stay green flag racing. Phillips now, lap car dead ahead. You see that 11 machine. Gene Nicholas, the 11N, off at turn 4. Phillips to the high side and clears. Sanders drops back now some 4 or 5 car lengths, but gets a solid drive off of turn 2. I mean, look at the momentum he picks up. And he is right back within 2 car lengths as they come off of turn 4. Terry Phillips, Rodney Sanders. Third place is Tim Setzer. Here comes Brad Dierks looking to his inside for the number 4 spot. Fifth place is Ramirez. And then you see Steve Wetstein in car number 90. And Dan Hilsebeck now, the 22D. Does he have time? One more lap to go here tonight. That's a race for that final transfer spot. As Terry Phillips puts a GRT by Phillips chassis high into turn 3. Checkered flag coming to the line, and Terry Phillips will move on to the big dance. Rodney Sanders will finish second. Third place will go to Tim Setzer, followed by Brad Dierks in 29, as we come for 5th and 6th, and it will be Steve Wetstein picking up the number 5 spot in car number 90, and Derek Ramirez in the 4R will round out our top 6. Men and women, past and present, who have paid the ultimate sacrifice to us to enjoy these liberties on a Tuesday night special here at Lakeside Speedway. We thank them, and here we go. It is time to do business here tonight, night number 1 of 4 for these Touring Series drivers. Again, tomorrow night, they will head to Webster City, Hamilton County Speedway, again with another Clash of the Titans round 2. And then we will take Thursday off, travel day, and we will be in Greenwood, Nebraska at I-80 Speedway Friday and Saturday night for the Silver Dollar Nationals. It, again, should be a dandy. Mark it down. We hope to see you there. But right now it's time to do business. 40 laps as Jeremy Payne will set the pace out of Springfield, Missouri. The Brian Birch Motorsports, Randy Davidson Trunking, Roush Yates GRT chassis. The Integra shock package ready to go to work. JP alongside Kelly Shryock, 9-time national champion in the KC Series for 2013. Race fans, a main feature is going green. We dropped a rag. We're underway. You take the high road, I'll take the low road, and I'll show you the fast one. That is right now Jeremy Payne, as he leads the field by 5 car lengths down into turn 3. Here comes Tim Carrick now, battle alongside of Kelly Schrock for the number 2 spot as we work lap number 1. Payne, your leader, Shryock second. Carrick now goes upstairs. He now thinks about 3 wide with Johnny Scott in the 1ST car. Here comes Timmy Setzer in car 51, dicing it up off of turn 4. Ron Jones now, car 7, making a move. 3 wide to the bottom side. Carrick to his outside. Caution flag is out for the first time, and it looks to be the 311 car here tonight. Bringing out our first caution, Adam Schrag out of Hutchinson, Kansas. And we've completed 2. And we will give you this lineup here this evening. As up front, Jeremy Payne in car 186, Kelly Schrock, Nick Bittinger in car number 8. Then you see Tim Carrick in a 1K car. Tim Carrick is up next. Then we find Dustin Boney, car 22. Ron Jones in 7. Johnny Scott in the 1ST as we have completed 2.
20, 51, 22, 9, 16, 34, 29, 85, 4, 311. Lineup is good. Your choice. 1, 3. Double up, guys. Double up. 8 to the inside.
So Jeremy Payne, again, has dropped it, has led it from the drop of the rag here in our A-main 40-lapper, 2 down. A long ways to go here tonight. And looking back into the field, Johnny Scott Here comes Jason Hughes, Ryan Gustin back there with Terry Phillips. Keep an eye on that group with John Allen and Chris Brown in car 21. 38 circuits here at Lakeside Speedway. As they will go down the back straightaway, clean the engines out, and then get ready to go back to work on a hot, humid. We didn't want to tell you about the weather we had out back earlier when we were doing time trials. So then we looked up and I thought we were going to be flying to Kansas, through Kansas with Toto. But thankfully, it stayed up, we stayed grounded, and we're back to green flag racing as they drop the rag, as they say, back underway. Jeremy Payne and Nick Bittinger. Look at car number 8. And Kelly Schrock in car 3 is in 3rd. And he's getting railed back. Make it 4th, make it 5th, and somebody stop the bleeding. He's back there now in the number 5 spot in car 3. Carrick again with Jason Hughes in car number 12 alongside Sia. Jason Hughes inside of Carrick, now battling with Shryock. And all this goes on. It continues to be car number 1 pulling away from this field. Jeremy Payne out of Springfield, Missouri. Dustin Boney, Ron Jones continue their little battle side by side. Jones in 7, Boney in the 22. Boney clearly in 3rd. And here comes Nick. It's Nick at night at Lakeside Speedway. Ryan Gustin, the Reaper, deciding to get to work as he gets up on the wheel with Johnny Scott directly behind him in the 1ST. As JP, Jeremy Payne, puts that Roush Yates Integra shock package. The new Vision graphics, flawless right now. And Nick Bittinger in car number 8. I'm liking this kid out of Perry, Kansas. That Pennington Seed side-biter chassis built in Iowa, running with the biggest, baddest hounds on the planet right here at Lakeside Speedway. Might want to keep an eye on car number 3 and car 75 should they happen to say hi to each other. Their resume is not, say, a meet and greet. It's more like a bump and run, and it might happen again here tonight as we watch him off at turn 4. Phillips, though, disposes of him cleanly and now climbs one more spot as he will follow Gustin down the back straightaway. And now shaping up to a 3-car battle as Dustin Boney has cleared Bittinger, and Boney now, the 22 car, going for the lead. It might be something. They're watching NASCAR guys with those blaze orange spoilers, and they got the blade lit up. And he is all over the back end of that 186, Payne, your leader. And while they continue to haul the mail, here comes car number 12. The West Silent Pawn pigging out Jason Hughes, the builder of the Hughes chassis, saying, boys, I got to do something. And he is. Coming to the inside of car number 8, Sia. Goodbye, sit down, take a seat. Hughes now to 3rd, Boney in 2nd, and your leader, Jeremy Payne. So you've got GRT chassis running 1-2. A Hughes car in 3rd, a side-biter in 4th. Engine development, Roush Yates 1st. Pro Power in 2nd. Mullins in 3rd. How do you like that for parity? NASCAR, take that. We got them all. And Ron Jones climbing into the top 5. Here comes the Reaper. Gustin now sets his sights on the back end of the MB Custom car number 7 out of Princeton. And Gustin high side. Momentum, 1 car length back. Jason Hughes now says, Dustin Boney, I think I'm a little quicker. Yeah, he is. He goes past off of turn 2 and now pulls a 2nd. And does he have anything for the 186 Jeremy Payne? Jeremy Payne, the last time out, back-to-back feature wins, and looking to pick right up where he left off, heading to victory lane and looking very strong here tonight. Hughes in second, Boney third, Bittinger fourth, Ron Jones in fifth, Ryan Gustin in sixth, Terry Phillips in seventh in the 75, and he is now going after the inside of the 19R. TP getting up on the wheel. Phillips now puts that Andy's Frozen Custard up one more spot as Ron Jones, Nick Bittinger, and Dustin Boney having a good battle as Jones now clears for third and Dustin Boney pulls off track as his night is done. One of the top 5 cars here tonight, and car 22 is done. Well, Jason Hughes slowly but surely is reeling in the 186 car of Jeremy Payne. One thing to get there, a whole new ball game to find a quick line around him. And not just going to put the turn signal on and say thank you. As Payne middle groove off, Hughes kicks the back end just a bit off of turn 2. Nick Bittinger remains in third, Ron Jones fourth, and Terry Phillips rounding out your top 5. Just coming to the halfway mark here tonight. Oh yeah, we ain't even got there. They're waiting for the good stuff as we work a lap number 20. Halfway home here tonight as they come back to the stripe with Payne showing the way. Terry Phillips, my life. Car 75 started back in 14th, and he is now up into third as Austin Siebert pulls down to the infield. The Kenny's Tile, car 16, Austin Siebert is in. And just that quick, we've got one going around up in turn number 4. And looks to be the 21 car, Rick Beebe out of Shawnee, Kansas. Excuse me, that is Spring, Texas, the 21 car. Uncompleted. You have got Jeremy Payne showing the way. Jason Hughes, will he go inside or outside line? Then you've got Ron Jones in the MB Custom setting in third, and Terry Phillips in the GRT in fourth. So how do you like it? A GRT leading, a Hughes in second, an MB Custom in third, and a GRT by Phillips in fourth. So those are your top 4 with 21 down, 19 laps remaining. Jeremy Payne will bring him back around. Jason Hughes takes the bottom groove. On the restart, here we go. Ron Jones says that's exactly where Otto went, and he blows right past Hughes to the number 2 spot. Hughes back to third. Nick Bittinger is fourth. Gustin is fifth. Terry Phillips now coming back to work with Johnny Scott in the 1ST. Look out. Problems in turn number 1. Tim Carrick looks to be the 1K, and yep, we're back under caution. Well, just like any sport, caution just breed caution. Just the way it works, you put them in close confines again, and everybody thinks I can get a lot of spots back now if I can just go past you two. Got business to do right now, and Jeremy Payne brings them back to the green flag. Well, Jason Hughes says, I don't think I'm going to give it up this easy this time. Hughes now, and Jones tries to climb the wall, and that's a bad dog, no biscuit. That will leave a mark. And I think we're looking at, I've got a tire down. How did that happen? Yeah, I fought the wall, and the wall won. You can see that wall. I don't know where he's looking, but it ain't so good. Yeah. Give him the green flag, and just a little too much, and that's what I'd call a push up into the fence, and the tire down, probably a little toe in. drag link, you name it. We're putting them back to work here, the wreckers, here in our A-main feature with 22 completed. Again into turn 3, nice and easy. Ryan Staley likes what he sees, and we're back underway. Hughes now in that bottom groove. Nick, though, upstairs, side by side for the number 2 spot as they hustle down to turn 3. JP brings him off of turn 4, pulling away by 2 car lengths. John Allen, car number 98. Hey, yeah, why not? How about another flat tire? Left front down on the 98, and we are back under caution. Well, this should be a quick realignment and a quick tire change. John Allen's got all the boys back there. In car number 98, the McCarthy Auto Group. And that didn't take long to put another lap in, did it?
75-3, 1ST.
We might start counting caution laps. Like a crock pot on overflow. We should be good to go. A warm one with Jeremy Payne bringing the field back around. The New Vision Graphics GRT Roush Yates power plant. And I mean, this thing has been spot on from the drop of the green, hit it out. And again, we bring them back around as they head into turn 1. Johnny Scott now alongside of Terry Phillips in the Ramirez Motorsports car 1ST. Terry Phillips, you can now officially sit down and take a seat. You are back another spot. There goes Nick Benninger. Hello, Nick. How are you? Now you get out of the way. Phillips said, wait a minute. No, you wait. He's back into 5th. Johnny Scott trying to hustle up and follow Jason Hughes to try and see if they can draft their way back in to at least the same zip code of Jeremy Payne, your leader. Jeremy Payne out of Springfield, Missouri. Race now, Terry Phillips inside of Nick Bittinger in car number 8. Kelly Schrock directly behind him with Rodney Sanders in car number 20. Derek Ramirez, the 4R car. But right now, the cream of the crop, and it is clearly Jeremy Payne, as here comes Johnny Scott out of Arroyo Hondo, New Mexico. The Redbone Fishing Rental. That is another GRT chassis. And right now you're looking at the power plant of the Roush Yates, and Jason Hughes into the wall. Ouch, that's once, that's twice. And that is not good. Well, if you want to adjust your toe in, that is a proper way to do it. I would use a wrench myself, but it's up to him. And he is now paying the price. There's drifting, and gone. Well, there's another bad dog, no biscuit. What did I do? I fought the wall, and the wall won. Jeremy Payne pulling away from Johnny Scott in 2nd. Terry Phillips now 3rd. Nick Bittinger 4th. And Kelly Schrock, your top 5. As Johnny Scott, well, the old hot rod's moving. Does he have enough laps to catch him? 9 laps now remaining. Johnny Scott started 4th on the field. Jeremy Payne, on the pole. Terry Phillips coming out of the B, that 75 car. Nick Bittinger, though, I'm giving this kid a call. What a great run for car number 8. To run with the biggest dogs out here, put on the nation and running in the top 5. I'm buying that guy a $5 cigar. Hope he's old enough to smoke it. I think he is. Shryock now battles with Rodney Sanders, and Sanders now will pull into 5th. Sanders in car 20 out of Happy, Texas, as things, well, pretty well stabilized now in our feature event here this evening. Bet you Johnny'd like to see just one more caution to get a stab at him. I don't think it's going to happen unless he brings it out himself. Payne the lead, Scott second, Phillips third. Top 5, Nick Bittinger in 4th in car 8, and Rodney Sanders in car number 20, top 5. 5 laps remaining here tonight. Another day in the office for car 186, Jeremy Payne. That car just hits his mark each and every time. Wherever he puts that GRT chassis, it just stays there. It don't drift, it don't wander. It don't suck him right to the wall like a wall magnet. It just drives. It's just like driving a Toyota or a Hyundai on 55. It's a piece of cake. Look at it. Right now, I think I'll go inside. Up. Think of that. Johnny Scott said, do it once more. Do it to me one more time, would you please? And Jeremy says, this is enough of that. White flag, 1 to go. Johnny Scott says, well, he give me a shot. And now he drives it down in the corner, scrubs the speed off. Jeremy Payne right up rim riding as they go back into turn 3. Checker flag in hand. And our Casey's general score, A main feature, will be Jeremy Payne. Johnny Scott will finish 2nd place. Terry Phillips 3rd. Nick Bittinger 4th. And 5th place, it's Rodney Sanders in car number 20. Kelly Shryock again in 3. Tim Setzer, the 51. Ken Schrader in car number 9. But here tonight, Johnny Scott pulled up alongside and said, well, I needed a caution. I had you. I don't think so. Jeremy Payne, feature winner again.
Winner for the USMTS tonight here at Lakeside Speedway, Jeremy Payne. Jeremy, man, what a run. I mean, every challenge, you put it down. Could have won going away, I think, but just had some challenges there during the race.
Yeah, we missed it a little bit. We were pretty good. We were lucky to draw the pole and kind of set the pace, but I saw a couple noses a couple times and just tried to pick the pace up a little bit and didn't really see him again.
Yeah. This GRT with the Roush in it, man, just plenty of power, it looked like. Was this probably a track that was really suitable for this power out of this Roush powerhouse?
Oh yeah, the track you could use all you had tonight. It's definitely fast and got faster as the night went on. Car's just working awesome, motor's running good, and it's another good night.
You know, really fortunate, the local guy here. I think you're leading the Central region. Is that what? I can't remember what it's called. I looked at the website, but I can't remember. But anyway, you're leading the points in one of the regions. But man, you got to make you feel good being a guy local here and being able to do that with the USMTS.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough series to follow, and we're leading the Central region points. We got 2 more to go. Hopefully, we can wrap.
Welcome back to the Grassroots Racing Show. I'm Doug Thompson with Roger Thompson, co-host. And Roger, the first thing I want to do is, of course, we know that this was a Mike Kraft filmed event for us at Lakeside. Mike had some kind of some minor health issues, but they're not so minor when you're going through them. And he had a surgery, and we're pulling for a immediate and fast recovery and a full recovery for Mike Kraft.
Well, you can't keep him away from the computer because shortly after surgery, he's emailing us and telling us what's going on and making plans. So yeah, we wish him the best, and he's a tough guy. We know he'll be back with us soon.
Yeah, he will, and apparently he was still a bit confused when he was on the computer because he was telling us where we were going to go to film for tracks, and we don't have any ability. We had to shoot an email back to him and remind him, you're the track reporter, and you're the one who'll be doing it. And he's, oh, okay, yeah, I'll make a quick recovery and move on.
We can't put 2 words together unless we're reading it on a monitor, kind of like, what's his name, the president. If there's a monitor,
teleprompter.
Then, yeah, if there's a monitor or teleprompter, we get it right. But otherwise, We have a terrible time.
Well, we have monitors, but they would only show us, and we have teleprompters, but we don't use them for the show. Anybody who watches would know that we're just, we are what we are.
Well, tell us about the results here at Lakeside.
All right, you know, we sent Mike to Lakeside Speedway. It was a USMTS event at Lakeside. Fantastic racing. And what you have seen on the film footage so far, of course, was the first night. It was a Tuesday night event, and you saw the B main, the number 1 B main, and then the number 2 B main, and then the 40-lap main event. And Jeremy Payne out of Springfield won the first night's racing action, and he won $5,000. And you know what he was running for an engine?
With a little help from his friends.
How so?
That engine turned out to be a Roush Yates engine.
Nothing cheap about that in a modified, is there? And that'll tell you that in the USMTS series, there is tremendous competition.
They're serious about what they do, because that's a, you know, and I expect that's probably a first-line car that he's driving. I don't know what the make of the car was, but they told us. That's a GRT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a GRT. My late model back here in the museum is a GRT out of Arkansas. Wonderful company to work with.
Well, I'll bet they would. I'll bet USMTS would let you run what you brung.
I bet they would. I bet they would too.
You're not going to top anything they've
got.
No,
you'll be running against the whole field of them. Good stuff. And the winner of the first B main, this will tell you the competition, Ryan Gustin from Iowa. And in the second B main, the winner was Terry Phillips out of Springfield. And you could go right on through that whole list. And at Lakeside Speedway, fantastic. Hope you've enjoyed the racing. Thanks for watching the Grassroots Racing.